Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff visits movie theater alone while in town for Cincinnati Open. I'm stressed. Tennis star Coco Gauff has been out and about in Cincinnati as she competes in the Queen City's famed tennis tournament, the Cincinnati Open. From serving Graeter's ice cream to attending a Reds game, the star has kept herself busy. But even professional athletes need some rest and relaxation. Just hours after the 2023 Cincinnati Open winner defeated Lucia Bronzetti to clinch her spot in the quarterfinals at this year's tournament, the 21-year-old posted about her nighttime adventure watching the latest horror movie, Weapons, alone at Cinemark Oakley Station this week. I thought I would do something chill because I do this all the time. So we're going to go to the movies to see Weapons, Gauff said in an August 14th TikTok. I go to the movies by myself like all the time. I love the movie theaters. It's probably my favorite place to be. There's just nothing like watching a good movie in the theater. Before catching the film, which received a 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, she stopped to get ramen at Genki Ramen and Izakaya in Oakley. Gauff shared snippets of her movie theater experience with her 1 million TikTok followers, including her movie night snacks, a slushie, popcorn, and Airheads. I just finished this movie, she said. I'm stressed. I'm visibly disturbed. It was good. I definitely recommend, but I am so stressed. The tennis star said she felt like she was traumatized from the film while walking out of the movie theater, adding she literally screamed during the movie. And now I have to drive alone, in the middle of Ohio, after watching that. At night. Popcorn and pressure. Coco Gauff's solo cinema escape. Cincinnati hummed in that late summer way. Warm sidewalks, cicadas, and the soft whirl of fans behind diner windows. The Queen City buzzed with tennis fever. Billboards near the Lindner Family Tennis Center shouted, "Welcome to the Western and Southern Open." And somewhere amid it all, Coco Gauff was sitting alone in a movie theater, hoodie up, sunglasses on, one row from the back. She hadn't told anyone where she was going. No coach, no agent, no publicist. Just her, a bag of buttery popcorn, and the comforting anonymity of dim lights and a screen big enough to drown out thoughts. She took a deep breath. The previews were playing. Animated cars. A new horror flick. Some overly dramatic indie film about a girl in Paris with a broken heart. Coco smiled faintly. I should have picked a comedy, she thought. But it didn't really matter. It wasn't about the movie. It was about breathing. About remembering who she was when no cameras were around. Just hours before. You've got the morning session at 9, her coach had said. Media at 11:30. Light gym after lunch. And don't forget the Wilson shoot at 2, her agent had added, his eyes not leaving his phone. Then ESPN wants 5 minutes courtside. 5 minutes. Coco nodded, robotic. Internally, a flicker of rebellion. After her workout and the interviews, she went back to her hotel room, dropped her bag on the floor, flopped on the bed, and stared at the ceiling. That white, popcorn-textured ceiling of every chain hotel in America. She played tennis every day, for as long as she could remember. From junior circuits to grand slams, her name was always in headlines. At 19, Coco Gauff had already been the future of American tennis for 5 years. And today, she didn't want to be the future of anything. She wanted to eat popcorn and watch a dumb movie by herself. So she did. The theater. The cab dropped her off at an older multiplex just outside downtown. No big IMAX screens. No luxury recliners. Just regular people, a regular Friday, and showtimes that felt like a secret. She picked Starlight Run, a sci-fi flick she hadn't heard of. Perfect. No one recognized her at the box office, not with her hoodie and low voice. She paid in cash, skipped the soda, and slipped into the theater like a shadow. Inside, she exhaled. The room was nearly empty. A couple on a date. A man in business casual snoring softly already. 2 teenagers whispering near the front. And her. The lights dimmed. The screen glowed. Flashbacks in the dark. As the opening credits rolled, Coco's mind wandered. To Paris, where she'd lost early. To Wimbledon, where the pressure had clenched her shoulders tighter than her grip on the racket. to that post-match press conference where she'd smiled through questions like, "Do you think you've plateaued? And are you mentally strong enough for the big moments?" She remembered how the mic had felt too close to her face, how her throat had gone dry, how she'd wanted to scream, "I'm 19. I'm figuring it out." Instead, she'd said, "I just have to keep working." Because that's what you're supposed to say. The movie's protagonist, a young pilot in a Star War, crashed onto an alien planet. Coco bit into her popcorn. A text from Mom. Her phone buzzed once. She peeked at it in the dark. "Mom, you good? Saw you weren't at the hotel." She stared at the message. Her mom always knew, even from states away. Coco tapped out a reply. "Coco. Needed air. At a movie. I'm good." After a pause, she added, "Just a little stressed." Her mom's reply came fast. "Mom, good. Take your time. The court will still be there tomorrow." Coco smiled. Simple words, but grounding. She tucked her phone away and focused on the screen. A strange kind of peace. Midway through the movie, the theater was nearly silent except for surround sound explosions and popcorn crunches. Coco found herself genuinely laughing. The main character had a sarcastic robot sidekick and bad aim with lasers. It reminded her of something her little brother would write in a story. She remembered how much she used to love writing too. Maybe I'll write again, she thought. The main character was scared, about to make a risky jump through a collapsing wormhole. He hesitated, shook his head, said, "I'm not ready for this." Coco leaned forward. His robot sidekick blinked and said, "Nobody ever is. But we jump anyway." Then they jumped. Lights up. As the credits rolled, Coco sat still. Something had shifted. Not a breakthrough. Not a miracle epiphany. Just a moment of quiet. A reminder that it was okay to pause. That showing up didn't always mean smiling for the camera or fighting through every set like a machine. Sometimes, showing up meant sitting in a dark room with strangers and remembering what popcorn tasted like when you weren't counting calories or thinking about your next match. She pulled her hoodie down, stood, and made her way out before the lights fully rose. Outside, the night air was humid but gentle. The street lights flickered like fireflies. The world felt manageable again. A fan spotting. As she walked back toward the corner to hail a cab, a girl, maybe 12, walked past with her dad. She paused. Looked back. "Wait, are you Coco Gauff?" Coco stopped. She thought about lying, pretending she wasn't, just for a second longer of invisibility. But the girl's face was bright, full of the kind of wonder Coco used to have. She smiled. "Yeah, that's me." The girl lit up. "Oh my gosh. I watched your match last week. You're amazing." Coco crouched a bit to meet her eye level. "Thanks. You play." The girl nodded furiously. "I'm trying. Backhand needs work, though." "Mine too," Coco said with a wink. They took a quick selfie. The girl hugged her. Then she and her dad disappeared into the theater. Coco stood still, feeling lighter than she had in weeks. Back at the hotel, by the time she returned, her team had noticed her absence. "Everything okay?" her coach asked. She nodded. "Just needed a break." He studied her for a second, then nodded. "Good." She went to her room, pulled out her journal, the one she hadn't touched in months, and wrote. Went to the movies alone. Popcorn was good. Main character said nobody's ready, but we jump anyway. Maybe that's the point. Maybe being brave isn't being fearless. Maybe it's just buying the ticket, sitting down, and letting yourself breathe. She closed the journal, crawled under the covers, and slept, deep and undisturbed. The next day, Coco walked onto the practice court under a wide Ohio sky. Same racket, same serve, same expectations. But something had shifted. She wasn't just a rising star or a headline. She was a girl who'd taken a break, watched a dumb movie, eaten popcorn alone, remembered that she was more than tennis. The stress didn't vanish, but it became a little smaller. And when she tossed the ball into the air and hit her first serve of the day, it wasn't for the cameras or the rankings. It was for herself.